Ryan Braun beat his steroid test. You don't hear that one every day. So when you beat your steroid test, it's not just a win. That's not just a blowout. It moves into a whole new territory. One of my favorite things in sports, no matter the context. And it sounds like beat 'em down. It's not just beat 'em down. It's a great moment in beat 'em down history.
February 2012, reigning National League MVP Ryan Braun of the Milwaukee Brewers has his 50-game suspension for a failed drug test overturned by an arbitrator, thus giving us another great moment in beat 'em down history and a long line of Players Union over Major League Baseball beat 'em downs. The Baseball Players Union has long been known as one of the more powerful forces in sport, and in the case of Ryan Braun, the union found itself up against a familiar foe, Major League Baseball. Though the two have sparred frequently, it would be difficult to call this lopsided conflict a rivalry.
No, the players and the owners have a rivalry. Kind of like the Globetrotters and the Generals. I mean, they play all the time.
A quick glance at the scoreboard reveals a lopsided tally.
Strike in 72. Players win. Lockout in 73. Players win. Lockout in 76. Strike in 1980. Strike in 1981. Strike in 1985. Lockout in 1990. Players win. Players win. Players win. You may have noticed this. The owners haven't won yet. Beat 'em down for like 30 years in a row. Over and over, over. Then came steroids.
Yes, after years of unchecked growth both in the boardroom and in their biceps, the performance-enhancing drugs that transformed average batsmen into Herculean heroes proved to be the kryptonite that weakened the once vaunted Players Union.
What could the Players Association say? Nah, we want to take steroids. Even if the owners want you to take steroids. I can't say you want to take steroids. Even if you want to take steroids. You can't say we want to take steroids.
While many of the guilty parties were in or on their way to retirement, the legacy they left for a new generation of players would be one of lasting impact. Namely, the players had to concede to peeing into a cup whenever they were asked, with whomever wanted to watch.
You imagine somebody showing up at your house? Just wondering if I could watch you piss in a cup. Can I watch? Well, actually, I'm not even asking. I'm gonna watch you.
Armed with a new list of banned substances and a testing policy that had them up to their ears in urine, Major League Baseball had players under their thumb like never before. That is until tester Dino Lorenzi Jr. decided that rather than ship out Ryan Braun's specimen over a weekend, he would keep it in his home and use it to make salad dressing.
What would you rather do? Look on the internet and find out what times FedEx closes? Or bring urine to your house and leave it there for a couple of days? Siri, I gotta get this piss out of my hands. Siri, I've got urine and don't know what to do with it. No, Siri, I need to find a Kinko's. Is it open?
By standing up to the league and having his suspension overturned, Braun not only delivered a historic blow, an FU, and a mighty beat 'em down to Major League Baseball, he also became the new voice of a downtrodden players union, a voice that said unequivocally, "We're tired of whipping our cocks out."
We're getting tired of urinating in front of people. You know how much of a beat 'em down it was? Nobody's even talking about what a crock Ryan Braun's story is. Ryan Braun got to stand up in front of America and tell a story that when you really stop and think about it, doesn't make any sense. But now, we don't even feel like we have the right to stop and think. You know what a beat 'em down it was? He ain't even bother wearing a shirt and tie. That's how you know he won. If he was going in to explain himself, he'd have been wearing a shirt and tie. I guarantee you.
Braun would go down as legend. After finally being so pissed off about being told when to get his piss on, Braun turned the clock back to the 80s and 90s, where the Players Union reigned supreme, and once again told the league exactly where to stick it.
You think about it, they went from owning these dudes, Kurt Flood, whole nine. They went from owning these cats. They don't own anything anymore except for urine.
In a specimen cup.
People, I wonder if Blake Griffin can do a front handspring and catch a dunk.
I tell you this, he would try if there was somebody there for him to dunk on. I don't know if he can do it with nobody there, but you give him an adversary, all of a sudden everything changes. Have you heard? Jerry Jones is suggesting that the NFL Network televise player interviews from the combine. That's right, when the players sit down with the general managers, Jerry Jones wants a camera in there to watch it. Believe it or not, I'm okay with this. I actually think that this is a good idea. I mean, I think the combine is like the SAT for football. Nobody cares about your scores about a week after you got done with them, right? But after hearing so much about how general managers need to ask the tough, important questions about players and their backgrounds, hey, you know, this is just to really get to know you before we spend big bucks on a rookie. Let's see him ask those questions with a camera, beaming this all back out for the nation to see. Yeah, let's do that. This is the time when general managers see how willing players are to tell the truth. While I've got the chance, just want to ask you whatever question I damn well please while this camera's watching. They asked them to do stuff like talk about who gave them all the money they received when they were in college. It's a nice watch you got there.
Thanks.
Where'd you get it?
It was
Oh, okay. It's a birthday present. All right. So I'm stupid. I'm just gonna sit here and act like I don't know. You would never get him a watch like that. Who gave it to you? Where'd you get the watch? Who gave you the watch? Just messing with you. You think I care about a watch? Got nervous, didn't you? Your whole career just flashed before your eyes. And sometimes they like to go into guys' backgrounds. You know what I've got to ask you about. You know, nobody likes this, right? Had some problems, got in a little trouble. Vitamins, right? You like to take vitamins. See how their upbringings may affect them down the line as professional football players. You know, they used to tell me that when your mom used to come to your games, she was always there with a lucky coffee cup. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you out there playing, she's drinking coffee. Who drinks coffee at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? She's busy, huh? What's she busy doing? She likes vitamins too, doesn't she? See who might get in the way of their single-minded focus on being NFL stars. Let's talk more about your mom, okay? Wasn't she dating a guy you call Uncle Lenny? Come on now, you never heard? Hold on, you know about his mom. Come on, everybody knows. You know, everybody knows. Come on now, come on, man. Everybody knows. Boy, doesn't that look uncomfortable? This is the time where all that information comes out. I tell you to go get chicken for the team. What do you bring back? Extra crispy or original recipe? Red pill or blue? If a train leaves New York going 60 miles an hour at 10 o'clock and another leaves Kansas City going 70 miles an hour at 3 o'clock, what size shoe do I wear? Trading places are coming to America. The only answer is coming to America, where the players sit there and they have no choice but to answer. You at rehab, reading magazines, but you can't read your playbook? Can you imagine a job interview like that? Awkward. But that's what this is. You want to see how this ends, don't you? Okay. How do I know that you're not like your dad, gonna bring in some girl, it's gonna split up my locker room?
don't have a girlfriend.
You're in the draft. Quarterback. You don't have a girlfriend? Why not? Televising combine interviews. Sounds like a good idea. Kinda looks like a great idea. Never gonna happen. Trust me. It's really unfair, because some of those dunks would have been a lot better if people had ever heard of those guys. Jeremy Evans, we've heard of you now, and we're never going to think about you until next year's dunk contest, if you're still in the league. Be out there in the NBA jersey, like Craig Hodges. Like Craig Hodges. Craig Hodges out there in the Rawlings. You know who had the worst showing ever that I remember seeing in a three-point contest, right? Michael Jordan. Nobody ever talks about it. All right, thanks for checking out Bomani and Jones. Check us right here at SB Nation's YouTube channel. New episodes available every Thursday at noon. We'll talk to you next week. 87 and 88 were the dunk title years. 87 and 88. Neek won the dunk contest in 85, Spud in 86, Jordan 87 and 88. 89 was Kenny Walker. That's the one that's in Houston. So 90 is when he did the three-point contest.